We're back again.
We can't let go.
Hey guys, it's Dani.
I'm Morgan.
And I'm Sam, and we're the React Pack, back with some more Attack on Titan content for you guys.
We're liars.
We thought it was over, but apparently there is a new opening and new ending that wasn't included in like the Crunchyroll release. Yeah. And yeah, we want to watch it, and we're sad that it wasn't put in there. I mean, I'm all for more content for Attack on Titan because I am having a lot of trouble letting go.
Having withdrawals.
We filmed the episode yesterday, and I just sat all day, like hella depressed about it, and went into like a deep hole of Attack on Titan.
I was looking at the manga panels because my friend has a whole collection. Well, it's my roommate, so it's like as soon as I got home from filming, I went to look at the manga panels. Like, finally, I can look at this.
Yeah, we went to the gym right after filming together, and like after that, it's like I am both mentally and physically drained right now. Like I was just like came home, just like sat on the couch, like huddled, and just like so upset. I was like getting teary eyed while working out. I'm like, this is I'm so depressed right now. But yeah, so we're gonna watch the opening and ending. Do you guys have anything else to say before we watch?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even know about it until I was starting to see like some screenshots from it. And I was like, "What is this from?" I was so confused.
Yeah.
And apparently there was like a little like interview thing. Oh, that was probably from the documentary thing, the Aaron documentary.
Mm-hmm.
When they're like talking, there's like a scene where they're like, I guess they're going over their times in the Scouts, and like there's one scene where I guess. I only saw the screenshot, but it was like, oh, there's other people with dark hair, like Mikasa, like talking about Mikasa's like.
Oh, you're talking about that CD audio thing that was released. I saw.
Oh, was that the documentary thing?
I don't know if it's a documentary, but I know they had like a CD, like I don't know exactly what it was called, but I saw someone on Twitter talking about it. It was like it was only an audio thing that they released.
Okay, yeah.
And because it was that.
It was the characters talking though.
Yeah, and there's also the part where I don't know if this is part of the same thing, but I also saw like it was like the scene with Aaron and Mikasa on the thing, and Aaron was like, "Why didn't you like lick that damn ice cream that Mikasa offers? Like, you're an idiot." Or something like that, like to himself.
Oh, it's just like, and like it was the part I'm talking about is they were like talking about Mikasa's people.
Family, yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, John would like it there."
So what's this? It's another video. So it's like the documentary. Was that like a series, or is it just like one video?
I think it was just one video.
I never really saw confirmation about the documentary. The only thing I ever saw was stuff about this CD that they released, which is just an audio thing of them talking about stuff. I don't know, but I also don't know that much about it. I've only seen screenshots occasionally.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the opening. Oh yeah, before we get started, make sure to check our Patreon for full uncut reactions and early access. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we post a new video, and check our merch. We're going to thereactpack.com.
I feel like I'm gonna cry again.
You know. Aaron is a baby.
Oh, he's reaching out for his dad.
It was himself, I think, right?
Oh, I thought it was his dad.
That was dad.
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
Okay, it's like a recap of the other seasons.
The birds are so important.
That he became.
Oh, look at the bottom. Oh, shit.
Yeah. God. From where we start to where we ended is always so crazy.
It's just crazy how, like, the genre of each season almost changed. Like, you got from thriller to, like, psychological and, like, political. It's just crazy. All the lyrics.
Aww. Hanji!
Oh.
God, the imagery of him is crazy, too. His form.
Giving up.
Oh, Mikasa's crying. Oh.
fuck.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, to just erase my mind and rewatch it.
Right? Wow. There's a lot of like symbolism with like the birds, even at the ending where the bird, she was like, oh, I wish I could see you one last time or whatever, and the bird like came and like got her scarf. And I remember Parker always pointing out the birds.
Yeah.
And like it's still such a huge part of it.
Well, even when Armin put out his hand and cut the feather.
Oh yeah,
too.
That's true. Yeah, the feather.
Interesting. Yeah, that's that final scene where they're all like gathered. Maybe they didn't include that because I mean it would spoil that Annie and them come, even though the trailers kind of did. Yeah. But at the end of that opening, when they're all like,
but then you have to go out of your way to watch the trailers. If they just stuck it in, the thing is a little different, I guess.
And then Mikasa crying, like tears coming out her eyes. So that was sad. All right, now I'm really excited for this ending because I mean, from the screenshots it's like a lot of Mikasa and Eren stuff, which is like
cool.
I'm just like ready to be sad that like their love story, you know, wasn't able to
AOT, one of the most violent love stories.
Age, yeah.
I know. It's yeah, I don't know. I'm so like okay, let's just watch it because I'm like scared to watch it because I'm gonna be freaking sad.
She's stalling.
All right.
It's also so cute.
He just had like a little egg.
Oh god.
There they are. Hold their little flower.
Oh, she looks so cute.
Oh god. Oh.
Oh my god, what the fuck? The little lean in. Ugh. Well, that didn't take much.
I love the little art style. They're so cutesy.
They're so cute.
Oh. So cute. Aww.
Oh yeah, thanks for that. That was awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, I just wanted to re-torture ourselves over again. It's just so like even with that last scene.
Okay, come on.
Even with that last scene before Mikasa, you know, kills Eren, he like opened his eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like that scene where like you see her reflection in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm so sad.
I'm so happy though that with the final episode they were able to show like that softer side of Eren because like we lost it. Like I forgot about it. I forgot about their feelings that you know that they had for each other.
They had to like he had to suppress all of it in season 4.
Yeah.
And like that's why I think that scene with Armin was so important and I heard that there were people who thought it was out of character for Eren to have like that breakdown with Armin, but I don't think it was at all. He in the end he's a teenage boy. Like that's his best friend.
Yeah.
You know, that was the most vulnerable we've seen him in a while.
Yeah.
And like Eren's always been like that type of guy that we saw seasons 1 through 3.
I mean, I said it in the last reaction. I'm like, oh wow, this is the first time we've like seen Eren be himself since like season 3 almost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so realistic. Like
it is realistic.
And the contrast between his conversation with Armin and his conversation with Mikasa, he like held strong. You know, like he was just like forget about me, but like his true feelings, like even though I kind of wish like he confessed a little bit more to Mikasa, I mean his true feeling, how he felt about everything, he was able to confide in his best friend. But with Mikasa, he had to stay strong because if he said all that to her, then, you know, it would hold her back from finding happiness. And in the end, she wanted him to, I mean, he wanted her to, you know,
be happy
and move
life
forward.
Yeah.
And I bet Armin never told Mikasa anything because Eren said not to.
Yeah, you gotta respect that.
Yeah, well, because there's a reason he didn't. And you're right. Like, he needed to stay, like, strong and be like, it's okay, like, go forward, or else she would have.
Yeah.
I mean, she still is. Like, obviously, she's, in a way, hung up on him, but, like, she just, like, cherishes him.
It's more like she keeps his memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the manga panel too at the end, like when like she's like going by the tree when she's older. It does look a lot like Jean's hair in the manga.
100%.
It looks more like you can like see his little hair.
It's,
that, like,
it's Jean. Who else would it be? What? Who else deserves to be in that spot? Like, honestly, like, come on, it's Jean. Like, he loves Mikasa. He's taking her to Eren's grave. They can mourn it. They like are celebrating Eren together. I don't think it makes sense for it to be anyone
Eren's
else.
just rolling in his grave about it.
No,
I mean, a little bit.
Not horse face. Everything went by him.
Speaking of, we never got to see what Eren said to like Connie,
Annie,
and Jean. And you know, whatever he said to Jean was.
He probably gave him.
They probably
gave him
permission in a way,
in his own way,
blessing or like
like you better fucking take care of her. Like it makes sense for it to be Jean. Like what other like Eren was one of Jean's best friends too. Like there was love there too, and the fact that they can go mourn him and celebrate him together like makes the most sense to me.
I agree. It has to be Jean.
I mean, like, I understand where some people come, because, you know, like, Eren and Jean's rivalry, but come on. In the end, they loved each other.
Yeah, they moved past it.
Oh, yeah. And
it was never serious.
Yeah.
Jean was, like, a little asshole, too, and so was Eren. So.
Yeah. No, it's just Eren knowing the future is like, he's going to take my girl. I gotta give him some shit.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, it has to be Jean.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't accept anyone else.
No.
Also, if you guys want to know more stuff that was like different from the manga panels, because I was looking at it, and the ending is slightly different with what Falco, Gabby, Levi, and Oyankopon were doing. So in their final panel, they were actually all together. Those four were all together, and like Falco and Gabby were like pushing Levi's like wheelchair, and now Oyankopon was like talking next to him. It was really cute.
Wait, I would love to see like Gabby and Falco taking care of Levi.
Yeah, it seems like that's how they kind of went, because like while everyone else is like doing the peace treaty stuff, and Mikasa stays in Paradise, I'm guessing Levi is staying like overseas, probably does not want to be on the island anymore. Definitely with, you know, everything else started happening.
Speaking of Levi, remember when he like paused at the lollipop?
Yeah, was that a reference to what was that reference to?
Didn't Hanji have a lollipop?
Oh, was it? I thought it was a reference to that clown that tried to give him a lollipop.
It was something. I don't know why I feel like I remember Hanji having one and like her reacting to like the lollipop, and maybe I think the lollipop made him think of Hanji. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
I remember him pausing at it, but I forgot to like go further into that.
I thought it was a reference to when that fucking clown was like behind him, like breathing heavy with the lollipop. He's like,
I can't remember.
Because he thought he was like a kid or something.
Probably thought he was a kid. Yeah.
Oh, either way, it's nice little detail that they added about like the memories.
Well, it's either something really sweet or just something traumatizing.
Yeah, true. I miss Hanji.
Yeah, Yelena wasn't even in any of the final panels.
Really?
No.
Yeah, they showed her for a split second.
Yeah,
she didn't look too happy though to be there. She looked like stressed. But Gabby and Falco were like planting trees, so they were in the same area as Levi and Oyankopon.
Yeah,
okay.
In the manga. Also, you can see more like when they hugged and they crashed in the background. In the manga, it's actually Gabby like suplexes him because she gets like embarrassed. So when they fall over, it's because Gabby threw him over her shoulder.
Who?
Gabby and Falco. When they like reunited at the end scene and they like hug and fell down, it's because like she got embarrassed and just like threw him over her shoulder.
So good. They did such a good job with like
tying everything up.
Yeah, everybody I feel like I'm so happy with everybody's like relationship and ending. Well, except for Hanji, I was upset. But I know why I had to, go like that. And she did go out in a pretty epic way.
Yeah.
I'm just like, because we had our reserves about each of the like a lot of these characters, especially I know like Gabby or Yelena and stuff like that. So
I still don't really care what happens to Yelena.
In the end, even Jean too. We didn't like Jean at first either, but now look at us. We love all of them. They just did a really good job, like, with the relationships with everybody.
Yeah, everyone's just so likable. Even just like Reiner and oh my god, I want to know what Eren said to everyone. I need to know. I know, like, the main story was to like keep Mikasa and Armin safe and stuff, but like, oh god, I need like a little side story with his conversations with them. I need it.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, he said people say he's working on one more chapter.
Oh my god, what if they include? I need to know his.
I don't know what's to be included.
Jean the most.
I also heard rumors that when he's like ready, he wants to write another stuff more about Levi.
Yeah, I'm all
but it's like he's like taking a break from
I bet.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
makes sense.
No, just like the fact I came across a New York Times article with the writer and stuff, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but one of the questions was like, oh, like, why couldn't it be a happy ending? And he's like, yeah, I thought about happy ending, but basically, long story short, like, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
I think especially with, now the current state of the world now, it's even more evident that history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's I'm sorry, like, it might feel to some people that Eren did it all for nothing. In the end, his friends got to live long lives. But yeah, I mean, realistically, the cycle is going to repeat. It always does. Yeah. And I think that if you miss that point, then, like, you miss the whole point of the show, of the series. But he has to, like, I don't understand why he has to, like, explain that.
Yeah.
I don't think
like,
there's
spoon
no
feeding.
need.
Like, here you go. Like, do you not, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
because he had even stated about, like, when people were complaining about, like, Eren and Eren scene with Armin that wasn't, like, in character. He was saying that's, like, that is Eren. I don't know. He's like, that's how Eren always has been. Like, I mean, I feel like he would know his character better than anyone. But whatever.
And he was a kid.
Yeah,
and he broke down in front of his best friends. That's all it really, like. If you've had like it's just like they've had a deep connection where he could, you know, completely be vulnerable like that. I don't understand why that's so hard to believe from Eren.
Yeah, I thought it was normal. I didn't see it as something that was out of character for Eren at all. He's always been like emotional and like and vulnerable, especially with like Armin and Mikasa.
100%.
I was just like saying because I've been like looking at like some more like afterthoughts, like things from Ishiyama himself. I don't know if this is true, but I heard like somewhere that one of the reasons he didn't kill Levi is because his wife was like, if you kill him, I'm gonna divorce you.
Really?
I heard that. I don't know how true that actually is, but I heard that and some people were making jokes about that.
My gosh.
And they're like, that's why he was putting Levi through the ringer.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't kill him.
It just fucking let me take away his leg, his eye, and what else did he lose? Fingers. Like, poor Levi. Just like the punching bag. That's so funny because like didn't an editor lock themselves in the bathroom because he killed
not Hanji, Sasha. It's like, god damn it. Sorry. I gotta kill them.
It's part of the story.
Some other interesting factoids that we picked up on actually like
For more deep dives.
So, like, this whole time we've been watching Attack on Titan, we can't look up anything Attack on Titan related. Like, I probably missed out on so much fan art, so many clips, so many, like, edits and, like, cool, like, anything Attack on Titan related. But, like, after we filmed, we're finally able to look at that stuff. So, we actually came across... Morgan was really busy yesterday, so we'll fill her in. So, it's been 13 years since... the release of the series.
Yeah.
And that's how long the Titan series, or that's how long a Titan's life is.
I thought it was just including the manga was only 13 years. Was it the anime too?
Oh, Maybe that.
I think the manga took him 13 years to write. He had 9 arcs.
9 time shifters.
9 time
Oh my
shifters.
god, that's so
He
interesting.
only made 139 chapters because 140 is the number for freedom in Japan.
Oh my god.
Is that also reflect the number of episodes or something too?
I don't think so. I only know this from the manga's
Okay.
perspective. I don't think he had that much control over the anime, but he that's how much he planned it out.
Wow.
And
Wow.
the beginning of the anime is a little different because obviously the anime doesn't know everything that he knows,
Mhm.
and they also anime doesn't always guarantee a complete series cover.
Mhm.
So the very first panel of the manga is literally the scene where it's like a shot of like Mikasa like from like this way down, and so saying like that last line she says to Eren before chopping off his head. That's the very first panel of the manga.
Are you serious?
Because you can't really tell is like her being older because it's cut
What?
off enough. But that instead of like that like flat really like quick flash forward thing they do in the anime,
That's crazy.
that's the first panel, and then he wakes up, and that's why he's like, "Why is your hair so long?" Because her hair was short.
Oh.
As like when she was old, and that's during the cabin scene, her hair was still short. And that's so like Mikasa, why is your hair so long? And he's like crying because that was their final goodbye he dreamed about.
Oh no! Wow.
I know this. I feel like Morgan's gonna fall into the whole like
Just a little delayed.
tonight and like tomorrow.
Oh my
But yeah,
god!
hers
Wait,
is
that's
gonna be delayed.
crazy. I know. I was like, well, I've like when we've been watching it, I've like muted anything
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
Yeah,
AOT
we
stuff,
had
so
to,
I
yeah.
have to like go back and unmute it because I haven't been seeing anything.
The
Yeah.
hole is gonna capture her soon.
I would like to go inside the hole.
I don't know. It's kind of
Why
depressing.
is it? It sounds interesting. I guess I haven't. Okay, you guys have reached the depressing
It's
part,
like-
but it's like exciting at first.
So half the edits are like kind of funny and like people like memeing, making like fun jokes, and then the other half is just depressing TikToks.
And like really good takes. A lot of people are very, very happy with how the anime ended.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's just like refreshing. And I don't know. I can't explain this feeling I have. It's just like I don't think there's been a series besides Avatar that made me feel in Fullmetal Alchemist. Like it's up there. Like as far as best stories I've ever come across. Like in all
Right,
forms
definitely.
of media, live actions. Game of Thrones would have been up there if the
Ending.
ending didn't get fumbled, and it's so important to have a good ending. I think Attack on Titan did
I thought
a
they nailed it.
phenomenal job. Like my heart aches for Eren not being able to have peace, but what he did for like the people he cared about. I mean, from
Yeah.
a outside point of view, it's fucked up, like completely. But I
Yeah.
mean, you know, his main goal was to protect his friends and family. So.
Yeah, that's what he did.
And that's what he did. He even like they explained that he tried to find a different method, and before Mikasa chopped off his eyes, his head, his eyes were red, so he had like probably been crying that whole time doing all that. But he tried to find other methods, and none of them worked. And he even had to send Dina as a Titan after his
mother.
because Berthold needed to stay alive.
Yeah. I still
Damn,
think
that's
like when
crazy.
he did that though, it wasn't him like fully like just like straight head like I just gotta send her there. I think his head is just probably so jumbled up with like
That
knowing the
too.
past, the future, and stuff. Like he didn't even like think he's like he just all he was thinking is like Berthold had to live, which just resulted in her going that way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily he sent it straight to his mom, but
Oh,
he was
yeah.
just getting it to avoid Berthold.
That's what I
Berthold
meant. Like
had to live.
protecting Bertholt, which essentially
Actually led
Essentially,
to
his mom.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he didn't
Yeah.
send it directly to his mom, but he had to have that timeline play out
yeah.
how
Right.
it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
It's just I can't imagine his like how jumbled and confusing it would be to know the past and the present and the future at the same time.
Yeah. I do have a question. So when he was talking to Mikasa in the paths, do you guys think they lived out the 4 years that he had left in that memory? Because like there's no time isn't a thing in the paths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they actually lived
Oh.
the 4 years he had left? Because it was almost like an alternate reality.
Yeah.
I would like to think that.
Yeah, that is a good way of thinking about it.
Because he was like saying like I'm gonna die in like 4 years because you know the Titan.
Because
shifting
in the
powers.
end, Eren, if they didn't get the only way they were going to be able to get rid of the Titan shifting powers, I just feel like Eren had to die for the powers to go away.
Yeah.
And he only really had 4 years then with that fact.
Yeah, so it's like this is why it had to be like he couldn't run away with Mikasa because then Armin would die.
Yeah.
Reiner like had like less than a year left, I think.
Yeah.
He did.
Like, and he was gonna die in 4 years anyway. Like, he made the ultimate sacrifice and sacrifice
Of other people.
But I mean, lucky this is fiction.
What murder?
And the other people. But the other 80%.
What about the other people he murdered? What murder?
What murders?
That scene with the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when they're passing that baby? It just also shows just, like, these people didn't know this baby, but they even just tried to save the baby. Like, that scene.
That showed that not humanity isn't totally awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... And the baby made it.
Yeah.
Because he stopped.
It also stopped.
Yeah.
That's good.
But like I said in the last video, I can talk about the show forever, which brings us to talking about possibly holding like a AOT stream, like Q&A stream on YouTube, just so all of us can like hang out, talk about the show, almost like give our last final goodbye.
Series rundown.
I'm having trouble letting go. Like, I can't believe it's over. Like, I just want to keep. It's hard to let go of these characters.
It is.
Yeah, that's why you just read fan fiction.
Oh god.
Hey, there's some talented writers out there.
What fan fiction are you gonna be looking at?
Just anyone.
Okay, tell us.
I was best. You didn't even let me talk. Just look up people like who write what afterthoughts of what they think will happen after everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you don't know pairings.
Like which
Levi
pairings?
Erwin?
Yeah.
No, because it can't be that. It can't be happy. That's not how it works out.
Oh, wait, what? It
I'm
can't be happy.
I'm talking about
Realistic.
people who wrote stuff like what they think happens after the show.
Oh, okay,
kind of
gotcha.
thing.
'Cause
Maybe
that
like we
doesn't
see some
happen.
Armin and Annie, Mikasa and John, whatever Levi's doing. Thoughts on that?
I would like to have a little story on Eren and Mikasa's time in the past.
Yeah, probably people write that too.
I would love that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Well, I don't have time to read fan fiction as much as I want to. If there's an audio book, send it my way.
There might
Like,
be, actually, right?
I haven't looked up any yet, but I'm betting there's some good fanfic out
Link
there.
them below. Link them below.
Yeah, give me some fanfic recommendations.
Oh my god. But if you want to, okay, so obviously we're including Nicole and Parker's final thoughts in this video, but if you want to see their full reaction, we plan on putting it onto Patreon.
Yes.
It's just like it would be too many videos to edit, so I hope you guys understand. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say.
All right, let's head over to Nicole and Parker.
All right. To Nicole and Parker.
Damn, that tree's robust.
Okay, so basically, Eren let them have free will to destroy themselves without Titans. We could choose peace or war, and this cycle doesn't end. And the cycle of seasons and Earth, but also violence and tribalism doesn't stop. But he let us choose that. Well, I don't know if he let us, but his decision was one decision that at least got rid of the Titans. Kind of remind me of what's the one? It's not the Scrooge. It's where he shows the past, present, and future to somebody.
Wonderful Life.
Yeah. It was kind of similar in that it's like because when he was talking to Armin, it was like, here's the story that you kind of want to hear. I ignored you guys because I had to, so that you could. Then it was, I did it so humans could choose whatever, and then, or I just did it because I felt like it, and I just wanted everything, all these options. But in the end, none of it really mattered what his reasoning was.
Yeah.
He did it. Could have been all of the reasons. Could be whatever reason that everyone assigned to it. And it still ended up in nuking the future of the city. But then a boy and a dog came to the scene, which was nice and peaceful. So it's like, what is the good and the bad? Like, there's good and bad that comes from every decision, and everyone perceives it differently. That's kind of confusing. It's just a lot. It's a lot in that.
Yeah, and that ending, like they were able to grow in a lot, but in the end, they ended up still poor.
Who?
The people. I mean, they were nuking the freaking city.
Yeah, but that was like 1,000 years in the future, so that had nothing to even do with.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason. It's just like it's literally what you said, had nothing to do with like what we just watched.
Yeah.
Just a whole new war. I mean, I'm glad no one else died in our group.
Yeah, it's a very fatalist ending. Like you have no choice. There's no happy ending. But I think for our characters there was.
In their lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so curious, like why it ended the way it did
Wow.
with the credits. That's kind of yeah. But anyway, so he was able to take away the Titan's power. They said that really fast.
Yeah, every single word, it was just like you couldn't miss one thing. Another thing was the Mikasa thing. He said that he was driven by her.
Yeah, that happened really fast.
So he did really love her, but she also was basically a mirror in him, and he was the king.
I guess him dying meant that they all lose their Titan powers.
Oh, yeah. So do you think Eren did good or more good than bad? And did he solve something by removing the Titans?
Yeah. I mean, isn't that what we always wanted? Like in the end, they wanted to end the cycle of Titans. Because that would always put some power struggle between, I guess, any living, like the people.
Even though there ended up being still a power struggle without Titans.
I guess, but like now it's like they use the people. Like, I mean, we saw like how the Eldians were treated by the Marlians. So like them having that control over them just because of their blood. Now, at least that's not. I can't even.
Can't even.
Just words like, oh my god. Okay. Whew.
It's quite the conclusion. It's actually kind of sad, actually. I think that what makes me the most sad is that the story has ended.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sad for Mikasa, actually. I think that's the second thing, and Armin. But I'm quite disappointing at the end of this very, very good series that told a really unique story. So that's what I am, kind of.
Yeah, they
sad.
did a very good job of like, I guess, telling the story from so many different perspectives. It really painted that like kind of gray picture, like between all this like extremists and then seeing our team, like everyone come together in the end.
Yeah, and kind of like you have sides that have irreconcilable differences, and how the sides view each other, and like how can you actually empathize or even solve anything? And it kind of like is like you can't without decimating the world. Almost like that was the solution, was to just you killed so many people that there was a little bit of peace until they, I don't know, I mean, I just feel like the show is like the faith in humanity is just so low, because it's like war is and fighting is part of
Yeah, it's inevitable. And
it's part of the DNA. Like, how do you, I mean, that's what it's showing. They ended up fighting again to death. I don't know. So it's just it's kind of a depressing, despondent end to this end of the story and the end of the show. So
I guess it still hasn't hit me like that's it. That's the end of the story. Like you said, it's just
I guess we could always rewatch it.
Episode 1 again. Let's go. Well, Aaron really thought that this was the only choice he had. Like this was the best solution.
Well, him seeing all time at once, I mean, and he said he tried to see if he could change that. So again, it's like, there's nothing he could do to change this preset timeline.
Yeah.
I don't know. So like he wasn't even free like as he said, he was a slave to free will. He was never able to change it even if he wanted to, because you can't change the time continuum. I don't know. There's just so many themes explored at once. It's time, evolution, human relationships.
Yeah, so he kept erasing the memories so they keep coming at him.
That's what I'm wondering. So did they reset time again? So they just have to go through that all over again? When Armin went back?
No, that wasn't going. That was like, because when we first saw the scene, we're like, what just happened?
I know, but remember he woke up again, and I know they moved past that again, but it's like, again, it's just like time is all existing as once again. It
was like that moment where he was just kind of like standing there. That was when he had the conversation with Aaron, or this last conversation. Yeah. And then he forgot it, and that's when he was just like, whoa, what the? Yeah. We saw it, his point of view, where he's just kind of like, oh, what am I doing here?
Yeah, yeah. Right.
So, we didn't think too much about it then. No, I don't know. I'm good. Or bye.
All right, thank you, buddy. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye. It's been good.
It's been good.
Nice adventure.
Wow, wasn't their thoughts fascinating? we don't know yet what they actually think. At this point, they haven't watched it yet. But we're just going to be the ones closing it out because we don't trust them to close it out.
All right, guys, thank you again so much. We appreciate you guys. Keep an eye out for our AOT stream. We'll see you next time.
Bye.